Welcome to Prague, the capital city of the Czech Republic, the historical capital of Bohemia, and one of the great cultural centres of Central Europe. The city developed as a crossing point for the river Vltava, which runs through the heart of the city, close to our new office. And our offices will be here, in a dynamic redevelopment of a former docks which branch off the Vltava River in a district known as Líben. The development is a great mixture of facilities, retaining the character of the traditional boat yards where 100 years ago river-going ships were being built and repaired. Today the new office and apartment buildings have been built around open spaces with shops, cafes and sports facilities. There's even a driving range for golf enthusiasts. While it is possible to rent accommodation here, there are also excellent communications which allow you to choose from several popular neighbourhoods a short journey away. As well as the tram and buses which leave from right outside, the metro station at Palmovka is a short walk away. There are plenty of great neighbourhoods to live in close to the office. Let's start by heading east to Vysočany.
So in Vysočany you will find it is well serviced by two large shopping malls and parks, cycling path is just nearby here as well. It can have in certain parts a bit of an industrial feel, but it's just the nature of the district.
Vysočany is connected to the metro transport system by the yellow line, which is the B line. Together with number of trams and bus connections, it makes really for a convenient and fast commuting within the city. And in addition to this, nearby is the Prague-Líben train station, which is served by city trains to Austria, Slovakia and Poland.
So let's take a look at some of those popular neighbourhoods with a short walk or tram ride along the river to the district of Karlín.
So we are in Kajslovy Sady in Prague in Karlín, nearby primary school and a kindergarten at Ličkovo náměstí. And there's an Invalidovna building which was built during the Austro-Hungarian Empire as a place for recovery for soldiers from the war. It's now used as a cultural center with open-air cinema, ice rink in the winter, restaurants and all types of activities.
Karlín is a well-established neighbourhood with traditional apartment blocks and some well-known restaurants and bistros. But there are newer developments and some interesting renovation projects. Forum Karlín is a concert venue built on the site of a steam boiler factory which was first constructed in 1908. And this area used to be the site of the Karlín Film Studios and is now apartments and offices. By the riverbank in Karlín, you can get a good idea of how close you are to the historic centre of the city.
So we are now at Rohanský Ostrov, and we can see in a distance the center of Prague and what we call the Petrinulka, which is the equivalent of Eiffel Tower but miniature, which is in Prague 6, where the castle is also. And as we move along the river, we can see the spires of the cathedral in Prague 7, Holešovice. So we're overlooking Holešovice area across the river.
There's also a rather different form of transport to the opposite bank. This passenger ferry runs regularly to Holešovice, which is another popular neighborhood.
So we are in the Holešovice Tržnice market, which is made up of various buildings used in the past as workshops. You can find a big market with fresh fruit and vegetables, small shops selling household goods, restaurants. So on our right side, in this Hala 25, is a famous restaurant, Sasazu, with Asian fusion specialties, great for parties as well.
This area has good communications with our office, either by public transport or by car. The properties for rent, as you will see a bit later on, are mostly in these traditional apartment blocks. There are plenty of local services and small shops close at hand. Holešovice is also home to one of the city's most famous football teams, Sparta Prague, and Stromovka Park, an oasis of peace in the center of the city.
So it's the largest park in Prague. We are on the side of the Výstaviště tram stop by the Industrial Palace. We're by the planetarium, which can be quite fun to go to when the weather is not that great. And the park is huge. It's offering a lot of sporting facilities, outdoor sporting facilities. Plenty of playgrounds, workout areas, people run, they have inline cycling. There's even a path for horse riding. This is the equivalent of New York City's Central Park in Prague.
This area was a royal game reserve going back to the 13th century, but was converted into a park in the late 19th century. There's an Academy of Fine Arts and an extensive exhibition ground. It's a great place for recreation amongst the trees and the lakes. A short distance further along the river to the west from Holešovice, and we come to another attractive neighbourhood, Ledna, this time with the advantage of some impressive views across the old town.
We're in Ledna Park, which is one of the biggest parks in Prague. This one is overlooking the river as well. And as you can see, with the nice weather, people are out enjoying the sunshine. And there is a big beer garden, which is very popular, especially in summer. In Ledna you can cycle, you can rollerblade, there are a number of playgrounds and beautiful space just to relax.
Ledna is a small area dominated by the park. From here it's an easy walk or tram ride across the river to Prague's world-famous Old Town, the city's medieval centre that was once guarded by a semicircular moat and wall. This area is known as Prague 1 and is, of course, the tourist centre of the city. It's been an important trading centre for about 1,000 years, and its heyday was from the 14th century onwards. This bridge, the Charles Bridge, named after the king that started it in 1357, linked the old town to Prague Castle, and also formed a vital link in an important trade route between Eastern and Western Europe. In the Old Town you'll find the cultural centres that you normally associate with the national capital, such as the National Museum, Library and Theatre. There are numerous bars and restaurants and some more modern architecture and art, such as this building nicknamed the Dancing House because it looks like two dancing figures. Given its importance for tourism, it's hardly surprising that this part of the city isn't ideal for living. Prices are higher, and most city centre apartments are rented out for short-term lets for tourists. The old town may be impractical for anyone living here, but it offers an historical and cultural reminder of the city's past. Having visited a few popular neighbourhoods close to the office, let's take a closer look at some of the practicalities of living in Prague, starting with the transport system.
We are going to buy a ticket at a ticket machine in one of the metro stations in Prague 8. The ticket machines offer a number of language options. Here I am choosing Russian language and selecting an option to buy a 30-minute ticket at 24 Czech crowns. Payment can be made with coins or by card. Ticket needs to be validated at the start of the journey. We are starting our journey on metro, so I'm validating the ticket at the entrance. You can also buy a ticket directly on a tram by using contactless card. Paper tickets for the public transport can be bought at the yellow ticket machines in the metro stations or at major tram and bus stops. Alternatively, you can purchase them at newsagents or public transport information centers.
Tickets can also be bought by sending a text message, and there are several good value, longer period and season tickets available. Prague's mainline railway station was built just over 100 years ago in the Art Nouveau style. From here you can catch regional trains to Czech cities and further afield across Europe and to Russia. The metro has 3 lines which crisscross the city, running close to our office with 61 stations. The use of bicycles and electric scooters is becoming increasingly popular as a means of transport as designated cycleways are built, making this type of transport more safe and efficient. In our look around the popular neighbourhoods, we've seen the outside of some apartments, but what do they look like on the inside? We've got a selection of mid-range properties in some of the neighbourhoods we've already visited.
We are viewing a 3-bedroom apartment in a development called Harfa Park, which is just a couple of minutes away from the cycling path by River Rokitka. This development has an Albert supermarket within the grounds, which is very convenient. And there is a restaurant, a coffee place, and a couple of playgrounds and a ball game pitch for the children. This apartment is unfurnished and is located on a 5th floor, accessible by a lift. From the entrance to the apartment, we immediately come to a hallway and we access all the rooms separately from this hallway. Directly opposite the entrance, you can see the smallest of the bedrooms. Immediately to the right is the second and slightly larger bedroom. The largest bedroom, the third one, is intended as a master bedroom and is located near the bathroom. There is one bathroom in this apartment. The wash machine is placed in a bathroom in this apartment, which is quite standard in Czech homes. On the left side of the entrance is the toilet with a small sink. Further down the hallway, we are entering the living room with open-plan kitchen. As you can see, this modern kitchen is fully equipped with oven combined with microwave, an induction hob, standard-sized dishwasher, and a freestanding fridge-freezer. The big plus of this apartment is its large 151 square meter terrace, which can be accessed from all the rooms, making it a great extended living space in a warmer season and compensating for the smaller interior space. There is plenty of space on the terrace for children's play area, alfresco dining and barbecues, as well as plants. The sun comes to set on the side of the living room and can be very pleasant in the evening. We are viewing two-bedroom apartment on a 5th floor, which can be accessed by staircase, and there is also a small lift. While this is a historic building, the apartment itself has been added as part of repurposing of a big loft area. Opposite the entrance is a smaller of the two bedrooms. It has sloped ceilings and a space for a single bed and a wardrobe. It can be used either as a child's bedroom or a study or a guest room. From this bedroom we can see the Ličkovo primary school. Around the corner from the entrance on the right is the main bathroom with a bathtub, toilet and a large vanity unit. This bathroom also has a washing machine installed. Continuing from the hallway is the main living room with a space for a dining area and open plan kitchen on our right. The kitchen is equipped with ceramic hob. It has an oven, fridge freezer and a dishwasher. The second and larger bedroom is accessed from the open plan living area and is intended as a master bedroom with its own ensuite bathroom. The ensuite has a shower unit, sink and a toilet. We are going to be viewing one-bedroom apartment in Hlošovice. In this historical building located on the main street leading from the river, this unfurnished apartment is on the 3rd floor and accessed only by a staircase, but first we need to pass through this beautifully restored main common area with its impressive ceiling. Once you're through the main door, and on the right hand side is an entry to a modern bathroom with shower unit, toilet and freestanding washing machine. This bathroom is also benefiting from a daylight through a small internal window. From the hallway, we enter into a spacious open living and dining area with high ceilings, 3 windows and plenty of light. The kitchen corner is in an alcove on the left, and despite the compact size of the kitchen, it offers reasonable storage space and worktop area. The bedroom is accessed from the living room, and again, it offers plenty of space and already has one built-in closet. This apartment is suitable either for a single person or a couple, not necessarily for a family with children.
But if you do have children, then you'll want to know about the type of schools you can find in Prague. At one end of the scale are private schools like this one, Meridian International, which is in the Prague 8 district. Schools like this offer international qualifications, such as the International Baccalaureate. They can take students from preschool right up to 18 years of age, and being private, they can be expensive. The Russian Embassy Secondary School is in Prague 6, close to Stromovka Park. and is open to students from the embassy and the wider Russian-speaking community. It offers a high standard of education with an emphasis on the Russian language. Veda School, which is in the centre of the city, specialises in integrating non-Czech students into the national system. It runs a Russian school on Saturdays. Czech state schools are free, but preschool and most years in kindergarten are fee-paying. The choice of elementary school is entirely up to parents, although each school gives preference to children living in its catchment area. Generally, the state schools are used to accepting non-Czech-speaking children, and education support is guaranteed by law. Another essential for living in Prague is to understand the sort of shopping available. We've already got some clues from our neighbourhood tours. This farmers market, you may remember, is in Holoshevice. This type of traditional market selling food directly from the farms has had something of a revival in recent years, and they can be found in other parts of the city. But most people will do the majority of their food shopping in supermarkets. They vary in size from convenience stores up to the large supermarkets in the 4 giant shopping malls on the edges of Prague. As well as grocery shopping, these malls have a wide range of other goods on sale, from well-known fashion brands to furniture. Online shopping and grocery deliveries are increasingly popular, especially since the COVID pandemic. In the centre of the city, you can still find luxury boutiques and shops selling traditional Czech crafts, such as wooden toys and Bohemian crystal. These shopping arcades date back to the 19th century and are made up of a maze of smaller shops. If you're looking for food and specialities from home, there are several Russian shops selling a wide range of familiar items. So Prague has plenty to offer new arrivals, familiarity, and the chance to explore a new culture. A wide and eclectic variety of culinary influences, history, the arts, and entertainment. Even within the city, you can feel as if you're in the countryside, with the rest of Central Europe on your doorstep.